I've mentioned before that we've met lots of interesting people. And by interesting, I mean from places other than Michigan or other than the United States. And we've met people from Peru, Colombia, Turkey, among other places. Now, here we have, go ahead.
I'm from Wales. My name is Ivion, and it's spelt E-I-F-I-O-N.
Ivion.
And in North Wales, we have a railway station, and it's called Llanfair Pwllgwyngi Gorgyrich Wynropin Wynisilog Gogoch.
Did you get that? I didn't get it. Can you say it again? I'm going to zoom right in on your mouth.
Llanfair Pwllgwyngi Gorgyrich Wynropin Wynisilog Gogoch.
We made it to the ocean.
We sure did.
San Simeon Beach. It's not a pretty beach. It's covered with kelp. I've never seen that before.
Me either.
But it's the ocean. It's as far west as we're going. One thing I know, I'm not going to find any Petoskey stones. But I will find some interesting stones. I just can't take many home. The sound of the rocks slapping together as the tide pulls them back is interesting. Listen. Okay, this might be boring to a lot of you, but last video I showed you some of the sand at the bottom of that little river in Yosemite, or 2 videos ago probably, but that sand was crushed granite, and this sand is crushed rocks. You know that sound that you heard at the ocean as the waves are crashing in and going out is just all those rocks beaten together and making baby rocks. Where are we?
The Hearst Castle.
It's cool. We're touching it.
Really cool. We can touch those.
Palm trees, or if you like the sun, enjoy the sun. Either way, you've got some green views up here. Those of you that like Mother Nature, to your left, Pacific Ocean. Those of you that like the art. Those of you that need to have a chair, there's a couple of wicker chairs over here in the shade. If you'd like to go ahead and have a seat. Okay, I've already had one question. lavas and diorite. That volcanic rock is very, very hard on a scale of 1 to 10, about a 7.7 to 7.8. So the ancient Egyptians probably used diamonds on a scale of 10, 10 out of 10, to go ahead and carve that. The two headpieces that you see flanking the middle piece, those are 3,500 years of age. And you'll notice the right headpiece there with a solar disk behind her head, representative of her fierce protection of the sun god Ra. Julia Morgan created this fountain in 1930. It is granite as well. And she did the etchings that you see there, lotus blossom flowers in the front of that fountain, and then the lotus blossom flowers on the risers there in the tiles. She designed and created those. Why? Because the lotus blossom is very symbolic of ancient Egyptian mythology and symbolic of the sun god Ra and of rejuvenation.
Cottages were named for the direction that they pointed and what they saw for their view. And this one is, the view is the mountains. And if I could...
Casa del Monte.
Casa del Monte.
House of the Mountains.
House of the Mountains. And the one over there is the House of the Sun.
Casa del Sol.
Casa del Sol. And the one over here that we're going to walk into the backyard of
Casa
is
del Mar.
House of the Sea, Casa del Mar.
We're gonna go see
And that's the one that they stayed in, I believe.
Yeah, that was their
This is
summer home.
2,000 years old.
We're
You
not
can't
allowed
touch
to
it.
touch it.
That's actually a well cover.
That way.
Here's another one. This was like a tombstone. That as well is like 2,000 years old. He brought all this stuff, these original pieces here, and then commingled American architecture with cement, reinforced cement, and those Egyptian pieces that she talked about when he built his castle. So he brought in like across around the door frame here, these sandstone carvings are like 600 years old. And they brought all that and incorporated it into his design. So he inherited this property and $11 million when his mother passed away. Back then, $11 million was a whole lot of money, and he spent it all and then some. He had his newspaper empire by then, so he was making over $1 million a day in profit, and yet he was $111 million in debt when he died. Because of this place, exactly. Do you remember the Golden Girls with Rue McClanahan, Beatrice Arthur, Betty White? And who was the other one? Estelle Getty?
Estelle Getty.
Wow, well, how did I remember that? Well, there's one right there. I think that's B. Arthur.
Maud.
Maud. She's very maudlin. I have to go to the bathroom now.
Whatever these flowers are,
We like them.
let us know if you know what they are.
Yeah, exactly.
They're pink.
They're
kind of papery.
like paper. Yeah, very papery.
They
I know
climb.
I've seen them before. Want to go for a swim?
Love to.
Let's go to the pool. Ooh, watch your step.
Thought you'd never ask, darling.
Yeah, it's a pretty nice pool. It's nicer than the Doughboy we used to have. They just spent how much? Like $10 million?
Yeah, it cost $10 million more than they thought.
$10 million to redo the bottom of this pool.
And the inner frame, the inner oval, is how big the pool used to be when it was remodeled
Yeah.
for the first time.
Yeah, that part. And this is the third iteration of this pool.
Wow, it's deep.
You can swim in this pool for $1,400, right?
Yes.
2 hours.
One
Come
night a year.
Is it one night a year? So
yeah.
you're not alone in here. There's
No.
1,400 other people with you.
You get one night a year during the summer to swim, and you have champagne and appetizers.
This will be Mark's favorite part right here. Mark, do you still like mermaids? Because if you do, this is the spot for stone mermaids. Marble.
There's a wave pattern here. You know, don't run by the pool, don't trip, don't fall. So that's what they use that for. And the diving bridge is here at 3 meters. So you'd be diving off that into the pool.
How deep is the
10 feet the entire length.
So you heard about California Girls? These had a few too in-out burgers. A few too many.
I want to pet one.
What's up, bird?
I like these 3 sleeping right here.
Yeah, keeping warm. The girls are cute. You know? Mark, these are real mermaids.
Yes. These are elephant seals.
They're not as...
There it is.
Hubba hubba, what's up? That one just waved at me.
He waved at me.
Oh.
I like this one. He's looking this way. Well, sleeping this way.
The seagull had to stretch out his leg. He got tired from doing his pretend handicap. Trying to get some food.
I'm gonna go read this sign.
This is sort of like Michiganders going to Destin, Florida in March. He's trying to cozy up to somebody there. That's a boy amongst the girls. She's like, I am out of here.
We're here at Pismo Beach. Just had an amazing dinner of what kind of fish did we have?
It was sea bass,
Is it ill-tempered?
at the very least. I would say it was moderately angry at most.
And then this.
Clash of Clans.
John, what exactly are you doing right now?
I emptied my collectors.
Come on, say it the right way.
I emptied my collectors, and now I'm gonna sequence a certain kind of a special forces attack.
So yes, out here on the road, John is still able to play Clash of Clans. We're so excited that he can play
I'm
Clash
the
of
leader, I
Clans.
have to.
Wait, you're what?
I'm the leader.
You're the clan chief?
I am the chief. I am the leader.
Chief John. It's a new name.